Hello everyone, Rika here, and
Oh, I'm still here. It's me.
yeah, and we're gonna do more Monster Hunter Rise. So, what was it? This one?
Yay.
No,
Yay.
that's the Great Baggi. That's the one I want. This one's just slaying the little ones,
Yeah.
and that doesn't.
Hunt a Great Baggi.
Yeah. So let's do that.
Don't forget to eat.
Okay, whatever. Don't forget to eat. The dongo's great. I'm Hinoa, and I love the dongo.
The dongo. The dongo's just like smoke.
Hey, you're back.
What a world.
Sure, that's fine. I don't care. Alright.
That was delicious!
Yeah! And as you guys can see, Camo's back. So, let's go!
Running into the darkness. Fangs snapping at your heels. When at last you start to rest, a quick look around reveals. You walked straight into a nest, littered with previous meals. Don't stop. Don't linger. Don't sleep in this den.
Oh.
The beast will find you,
Oh.
and you'll never wake again.
Cunning. Usurper.
That's dope.
Let's go!
Alright, here we go! Alright, where are we? The Great Baggi is... Actually, I don't see him. Where is he? Oh, wait, yeah, I do. I do now.
You can tap R3 twice. There it is.
Okay, Actually, yeah, we'll go this way. I'm trying to figure out the quickest, like...
You can just jump
way.
over. I mean, there's no walls in this.
No, I know. I just do the thing, you know, when I do the thing. And I do the thing.
As much as I'm glad that they ported this on the PlayStation 5, like, if you want the true Monster Hunter experience, for anyone watching, get it for the Switch, because, you know, Monster Hunter was...
Portable. Except for in its original, like, release, because it came out on PS2.
Yeah, but it's, like, just having it around and playing with mates, like, literally around the same table, now that's an experience. I think you just passed it, didn't you?
Where?
To your
I
left.
don't see him.
There it is.
Oh, he's blending in. Look at him. Look at him blending in.
Oh, you couldn't play with it.
Yeah. No sleepy time for it.
Like, I think it's really neat playing it in your own, like, room and maybe having a chat mic, you know, and having crappy internet. But, like, having it, like, around the same table and everyone's yelling, and if anything, occasionally losing connection because someone's connection was just weak, just around the table, that's pretty... That's a deal, you know?
Yeah.
What an experience. Notice how I said something bad about both? It's because nothing's perfect, kid.
Internet is crappy all the time. This is a life we must live.
It is true. I used to play Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate with like a group, and we like every 5 matches, one person would disconnect.
Yeah.
And like we were in the same room, so no Wi-Fi. It was just like local play.
Yeah.
And we just had to hope that whoever got disconnected was me.
Oh, because you were the hunting horn or whatever?
Well, no, because I was the most experienced.
Oh.
Everyone else literally learned Monster Hunter, like, that day.
Huh.
And it was great. Because, like, they got really addicted, and they're like, bro, this is great. And so I would leave for work, and everyone else who wouldn't be working at the moment would be like, "Do you guys want to go for a few more rounds?" And I come back, and everyone else is on their day off, right? And I'm just like, "Cool, what's everyone been up to?" And with bags underneath all their eyes, holding their DSs, I was like, "Really?" They're like, we couldn't stop. Wow. They're like, "Do you want to play?" I was like, "I'm kind of tired from work, honestly." They're like, "That sounds like weak talk." And I was like, "Well, yeah, because I'd rather take the sleep if I can."
Just you wait.
Well, I remember, like, my first experience with Monster Hunter was by myself on, 3 Ultimate on the Wii U, and, like, I did the same thing I do to every game I play. I'll be enjoying it, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna just stop playing this, and then never go back to it. Like, I don't know why I do this with games so much, but I do. And then, like, you and I, like, played 3 Ultimate, like, for, like, what felt like 2 weeks straight, where that was all we were doing, was just a 3 Ultimate. And it's like,
I think it was a month.
Was it a month?
Yeah,
it was a full month?
It was a full month of just 3 Ultimate.
Oh, wow, yeah. So,
like, we did nothing but that.
Oh no! Help! Thank you thank you, Camo!
And, like, literally, like, when I said we did nothing but that, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't actually work. We didn't work at the time.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, like, we were just doing that, and that's what really got me, like, addicted to Monster Hunter, and then I bought, Generations for the Switch, and you kind of carried me a little bit in that one, too.
And that took another month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually spent 2 months playing Monster Hunter, and we divided it between 2 different Monster Hunter games.
And then Rise came out, and Rise was where I finally, like, branched off on my own and kind of just did everything, like, myself, because they made the single-player mode a lot more accessible to, like, new players.
Yeah.
Because Rise really did feel welcoming to, like, new players, right? Even though I wasn't a new player, I was new to playing by myself, because I was used to having, like, somebody who's, I guess, really experienced in the Monster Hunter scene carried me through most of the game.
That was the Monster Hunter experience. You know, alright, here's a fun fact. Someone interviewed, it was like a video, someone brought in like a dude from League of Legends, and they're like, "Why does the tutorial suck, and how do you recommend learning?" And the dude legitimately just said, "Find someone who's been playing for years and let them teach you." I was like, that's a shitty tutorial.
Yeah.
Like, that's lame. But you know what? I get it. You know, in a weird kind of dumb sort of way. Like, it's understandable. Monster Hunter is kind of the same way.
Yeah.
It doesn't really teach you, and even if it does, it's cryptic.
Yeah.
It's like playing the original Zelda without a guide. There's no way.
Yeah.
So you have, like, Monster Hunter Worlds did something a little bit better, because it brought in a bunch of new people, but people were still kind of confused.
Yeah. Well, I know, I was one of them, but then, like, after I had played quite a few different Monster Hunters, like, I went back to Worlds and I was like, I thought this was hard!
You did.
This game is easy!
Yeah.
Because I'm a professional Monster Hunter now, like,
Yes.
I wouldn't say that, like, I'm the best, because there's always going to be somebody who's better at hunting monsters than me. I've seen video proof of people who don't get hit fighting Nargacugas!
Yes. Do you want to tell everyone the experience, your full experience with Worlds?
I don't know if I remember. If you remember, you can tell the story.
I think you were like, I want to play Worlds, and I was like, okay, let's play some Worlds then. I popped in the disc, and you were like, oh, I can't wait to play. You spent a while making your character, and you were struggling, and I think you beat the lizard guy.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oops. That's not what I wanted to do.
But, like,
We're
you struggled with everything else. And, like, halfway through almost every quest after that we played, You just handed me the controller. You were like, you do it.
Oh no, that is right. Okay, so we got to the Barrett, right? That's the Rook guy with the like.
Yes, the Barrett. Yes.
We got to the Barrett, and I was just like, nope, I couldn't beat him. I kept dying. I just handed Heck the controller, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. No, screw this game.
Yeah.
And then, like, he played a little bit more of it just to show me a little bit more of the story, but, like, I was legitimately upset that I could not beat this stupid creature.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, let's go play 3 Ultimate. I was like, okay. And I started playing 3 Ultimate, and at the very beginning, he was like, stay here.
Yeah.
and I was sitting there just kind of like farming things, you know, because I was like, hey, I'll farm the stuff and things, and yeah. Oh, we gotta go talk to Lori. And I just got items while he was soloing a Lagombi.
Yeah.
Of course, it was on low rank, so with his like high rank stuff, I'm sure it was like probably just a breeze, and he was experienced, so like.
Yeah.
But, like, I would occasionally go over there, because he'd be like, come over here right now, and then I'd stand back and I'd watch him finish the thing, and I was like, oh, this looks hard.
Yeah.
And then, like, I started getting used to, like, playing, and then, like it was great, you know? I had a lot of fun, like, learning on 3 Ultimate. And then we went to Generations, and with a little bit more experience, I was a little bit more handy at the beginning, but, you know, still basic armor, so, like, we had to grind, like, monsters to get me a decent armor set.
Oh, but we also fought the Barrett in Monster Hunter 3.
That is true, yeah, and I did finally get my revenge because, like, I was able to actually take him down.
Yeah.
But,
That's pretty funny.
after that, playing Generations, and then, like, Heck kind of would go off, and I would just play online with people on Generations, and I started getting more experience on my own. And then Rise came out, and I just pretty much soloed Rise.
Yes.
Oh, are you okay, buddy? Which one are you? I don't remember you.
Is that MC?
Maybe. Anyway, I pretty much soloed Rise to the point where, like, I was done with the game, I think, before you were. And I was helping you finish the game on this one.
Yeah, because I got pretty busy with life.
Yeah, and I just kind of was doing nothing but Monster Hunter at that point. And then we went back to Worlds, and I was just ruining everything's day. I took down an Anjanath with basic armor and weapons because I was just that good. And I was like, this game's easy, why did I think this was hard? And so I went back, and the Barrett that, like, gave me trouble, I took down with no trouble.
Yeah. Someone, I think it was also Honest Games, or Smosh Games, that did the Honest Reviews, where they're talking about Monster Hunter.
Uh-huh.
And jokingly they said, learning one weapon in Monster Hunter is basically like learning a new language.
Yeah.
It's just as hard.
Yeah.
And as a joke, it is very true. Because, man, like, once you go from one weapon to another...
Oh yeah, it's very different.
Yeah, so it, like, culture shock involved, it's just...
Because I didn't honestly try new weapons until we started doing some of the, what's it called, Coliseum stuff in this, or whatever. And it was like, you have to use these weapons, and it's like, well, crap. So I would just pick a weapon that I thought I would like and go with that. Oh, the Agnosum! Oh, I love these guys. Yeah, they're the bird thing.
Yeah, the Nintendo bird.
Nintendo bird?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because he's like a yokai umbrella.
Yeah.
But he also throws
fireballs.
Fireballs, like Mario fireballs.
Yeah. Alright. That's what she sounds like.
That is true. She does sound like that.
Alright, let's go!
Yeah, we play a lot of Monster Hunter,
A bamboo
and it's
forest
great.
at
I love
night.
Monster Hunter
Yeah.
so much.
Like,
Dancing is
I've
heard,
honestly, fallen in love with this
resembling a
game,
parasol,
and, like,
but in truth
if
a
I had just played Worlds
monstrous
on my
one.
own, I probably wouldn't have, like, gone back
Beware
to
of
it.
its figure
But I
and
think
its
having, like,
vibrant
you along for the
shape.
ride and helping me get better at this game, like,
For
really
once
helped.
its color opens,
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the
blood
reasons that I
will
don't
ensue.
care for, like Dark Souls, right? Because it's like a really hard game that you have to learn how the creatures move, right? Like, it's all about learning your opponent and learning when to dodge, where to dodge, whatever, right? It's similar vein to Monster Hunter, but, like, it's just a single-player experience, so you have to do all of that by yourself. You know?
Well,
It's not like you have a team of people that are working together to, like, take down these things. Except for, I guess, Elden Ring, if you really want to say, because Elden Ring has those sigil things that you can, like, call people to your world or go to people's worlds to help them out, but, like...
later on in Dark Souls, they added multiplayer functions.
Oh, okay, well, maybe then...
But on top of that, they can also be multiplayer versus.
It's true, yeah, so, like... But, like, Monster Hunter is all about teamwork, and I think that's the reason I picked this game over Dark Souls multiple times, because, like, this game is challenging when you get to certain areas. Like, once we get to the apexes, bruh,
Yeah.
the apexes are ridiculous.
On top of it all, like in like the Demon Souls slash like Dark Souls genre,
Yeah,
right? Like it's like 3 hits and you're dead, and
Yeah.
on top of that, you spawn back to checkpoint.
yeah,
No ifs, ands, or buts. In Monster Hunter, you like even if you get like 1 hit, which is possible. Like there's not a whole lot to learn by getting destroyed immediately.
yeah,
And on top of that, there's not going to be crazy enemies in front of you just to get back to where you once were.
yeah,
And you don't start off weaker than once you first died, because you lose all of your souls the moment you die,
Yeah.
making you immediately weaker. So, like in Monster Hunter, if you get like destroyed and in a kind of Ghosts and Goblins event,
yeah,
like lose your armor, you're
Yeah.
screwed. Like you can't handle one more blunt hit, even with the armor you did have.
yeah,
So I'm not about to like have like heart pressure problems
yeah,
because I'm going to play Dark Souls. You know, like if I'm gonna play something geared towards like actively learning, and on top of that, teamwork.
Yeah.
Just like you said. So there's no way I'm playing any of those.
Because, like, we can be fair. Like, the older Monster Hunter games are very hard. Very hard.
Yes.
Like, 3 Ultimate, we didn't even finish 3 Ultimate. We made it to G Rank, but we didn't finish it because G Rank was fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, it was ridiculous with both of us having the best armor we could make. Like, we had the best weapons for our weapon types. Like, we were still getting our butts handed to us. And, like, we're good at this game, kind of. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not the best. I still, like, make mistakes and everything, and I get a little bit too, like, going ham on stuff. But, like, still, I've noticed when I'm playing online, and this isn't me trying to brag or anything, but when I'm playing online, I am not the one who gets us the quest canceled because I'm not the one who's dying 50 times.
I'll be right.
Okay. But yeah, like, I will try to help people out with some of the harder quests, but like it is ridiculous sometimes when people go into these fights underestimating these monsters because it's like, oh, well, this monster was easy, but like that's not always going to be the case. Like, Apex Arzuros is not a walk in the park. Apex Arzuros is difficult. I promise you. Like, you don't want to go in underestimating these creatures. And that's just, a lot of people think, oh, this is Apex Arzuros, this is going to be easy, or this is Apex Rathian, this is going to be easy. No. No. They are not. So, yeah, it just... go in expecting the worst every time. I promise you that is going to be the best thing. That is going to be your best friend, is go in expecting the worst every time, and I promise you, you will have a better time, because you will always be prepared. Even if you go in against an easy monster, prepare for it to do something you didn't expect. Come on.
That's how you do it.
It do be like that. And, like, not to say that Dark / Demon Souls are bad, you know, game's great. You know, if that's what you love, then awesome, more power to you. It's just the concept that, one, it's not for me, and two, like, I want to keep it that way, because Monster Hunter takes up all my time anyway.
Yeah, like, having to learn another game that can be as difficult or more difficult, because it really is. Dark Souls is more difficult than Monster Hunter. It always will be. Because they make it that way. The whole point is pain. Like, that game is made to be painful. Like, my arm is hurting just thinking about playing Elden Ring again. Like, and that's the easier of the Souls games! Like Elden Ring is like baby Dark Souls, you know? Like, I played the two baby ones. I played Sekiro and I played Elden Ring, you know? So...
You'd say baby, but I think those are even more difficult in their own special way. Although I think that's a very based take, because, like, having things be linear and then you go, like, railroading, like, through a gauntlet,
yeah,
I think is a lot more
Wait,
harder.
where'd he go?
He's over there. As opposed to, like, having an open world and trying to, like, walk around enemies.
Yeah.
It still feels hard somehow. Or, yeah, harder somehow.
Well, in Elden Ring, I was getting my butt handed to me by wolves. Wolves! The easiest of creatures to defeat in most RPGs, and I was getting hurt by wolves! I would never say that in Skyrim. I'd be like, oh, wolves? That's easy, you know?
Yeah.
But in Elden Ring, it was like, no, not today. These wolves are gonna kill you. And I'm like, no, don't kill me, please. Anything but that. Where's my... There it is.
Must maintain my edge.
Oh,
He asked you.
cool. Let's go! But yeah, I just like the team camaraderie that, like, Monster Hunter brings in. Because it's like, you know you're both coming in here to take out these huge creatures, and it's like, well, it's obviously not going to be advantageous for us to work against each other, so let's work with each other.
Yeah, because y'all can't go in and just mash them.
Yeah.
Just like we talked about earlier, if your weapons reach at a certain range, they can actually stop another person from doing their combo.
Yeah.
There has to be a game plan.
Yeah.
Which is great games for either one, team building, and two, dating, actually.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Even if it's both not your bag, one, it will be because of the feeling of the victory.
Yeah.
Because, like, you either are like, yeah, we did it, or you're like, oh, wow, that was close, you know?
Yeah.
And failures, and they do happen, show, one, where both of you need to work on, and two, who needs to get better at something specific.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, if one person's doing really well, and the other person is taking a lot of feints,
yeah,
that doesn't mean they're bad, it just means that there's something that's being missed.
Yeah.
Which is either armor, or learning a pattern.
Or dodging at the proper moment, like
Yes.
learning your creatures, because like armor isn't needed if you don't get hit.
Right, but
You
if
know?
that's the case, you're gonna have really good ideas of what frame drops are,
Yeah.
and to how to use a weapon to its fullest capacity.
Oh yeah, no. Like I was saying, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have the best armor for what you're going in against, and you should. You should actually have multiple setups for different creatures, because like you're gonna want to figure out what the creature is weak against, get the strongest weapon of that type for that creature, and then go in and do that. Because if you're just going in with basic, like, weapons and armor and you're not thinking about what you're fighting, you may be weak against what you're fighting, you know? That's why, right now, it doesn't matter, right? We're in low rank, it doesn't matter what we're fighting. My basic weapons and armor are not going to fail me in this scenario, because one, I know how to use the dual blades, and two, like, these creatures aren't really all that tough at the moment. But, once we get into high rank, that's when it's going to start mattering, what dog do I take? What cat do I take? What armor do I wear? What weapons do I take? You know? Yeah. Do I need something that's sharp? Do I need something that's blunt? You know, what do I want to use? Like, I'm gonna have to start getting out of my comfort zone of only using dual blades and start working on, like different stuff. Would you please? Thank you.
And it's not to say that you can't all share the same weapon / stick to your main thing, but if everyone's struggling with one particular thing,
yeah,
it would help if you had someone doing specifically support or attacking from far away, because if all you are using longswords, fun fact, 2 of you aren't going to get your full combos because everyone has to be 1 very close and 2 going to hit someone else.
Yeah.
So that's why it helps to have either a hunting horn playing off to the side, or or a
bow of some sort.
A bowsman.
Like a gun lance, a bow, a not blowgun, bowgun?
Yes.
Bowgun?
Bowgun.
There we go.
Yeah, because, like, gun lances are meant to be, like, a little bit of a distance, but I would say, like, they're kind of, like, mid-range.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you have to be close enough because the bullet won't travel that far.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. However, if you're, like, an archer or a gunman, you will hit that target from a good distance.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess last tip, don't mess with the hammer guy.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing.
Yes.
Let him please do his thing.
Yes. Because, in fact, we can go into that a little bit more. When we were first playing 3 Ultimate, you had that blue Arzaro, or not, blue, Wrathhammer.
Yeah.
And,
that was dope.
Like, he was absolutely destroying everything, and I was over here, ting, 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 with my dual blades, and he's over here like,
And fun fact, when I picked up my DS for that game, I was like, I was playing with the hammer? What the heck? I never play with hammers. And then I started playing with it, and I was like, oh yeah, this hammer's fantastic.
Yeah. And, like, that was where, like, I just knew whenever he was doing a combo, either one, my combo was getting interrupted and I just did not care because whatever he was doing was more important than what I was doing. Or I got out of the way.
Yeah. I did tenfold of damage that she could do.
It's true, because even though I'm doing way more, like, damage per second than he is, with one hit, he is maximizing how much damage he's doing to this monster than I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm fast, but I'm doing, like, 1, 2, 6 tops.
Yeah.
Like, you guys saw what I was doing to the Agnosum, right?
Yeah.
A crit was like 6 or 8 damage. With a hammer, I would have one-shot it.
Yeah.
You know? I would have just done 1 hit, and it would have been, boom, done.
Yes. It is wonderful, just because you have to, one, know your DPS, right?
Yeah.
Damage per second. If you're, like...
Here we go.
If you're fighting... Oh, let's check the time.
Yeah, I was just showing off what was going to be the next quest. We're going to do that in another one, I think. I think we'll end here, but let's double check. Yeah, finish what you were talking about with the damage per second, and then we'll end this up.
Sure thing. You gotta know your damage per second, because if you're doing, like 100 damage 1 second, and the next second you're doing 20, then you could honestly, like, wait to do that sharpening, even if it might take a second or 2, so that way you keep doing those seconds of damage. Because, like, if you just, like, quickly go from 50 to 20 damage, like, you're not going to be making all that if you just keep attacking and you don't sharpen, right? If someone else is doing much more damage than you are, and you're interrupting them, you literally just wasted that team's, like, damage output.
Yeah.
And that's not you being a jerk or anything, that's just, like, knowing your space and knowing your, like, your rhythm. Because, like, Monster Hunter is a very interesting game that can last from either 5 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And you don't want to pass that hour because that's when the game's over.
Exactly.
And you lose. So, like, one, you know, like, it's very, I think, just a dumb thing to say. It's like, oh, don't get hit. You know, like, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
And until you become godlike at the game, you will.
Yes.
That's something that's just impossible. Now, when you, like, start doing damage, that's when you're going to, like, because you can't learn a monster your first time through. You're gonna hunt this thing like 20 times.
Yeah.
And the game rewards you for beating a monster 20 times.
Yeah.
Especially in this game, you get a cool scroll for doing that 20 times. So you are rewarded for that. But on top of that, without gaining EXP in a kind of weird, facetious sort of way,
Yeah.
you gain actual experience by beating the monster by being like, oh, when he raises his paw, he does this attack.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get out of the way.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's like, with Zinogre, and I'll go back to this. Zinogre will start howling, and that's when he's charging his, like, attack. Then you will see his fur spike, and he's at level 2 now. He's like if Goku and Ryu combined, because he Super Saiyans himself, and then he launches even more powerful balls of lightning at your butt.
Yeah, Kai Blast.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. So it's a matter of learning your monsters, learning your weapons, like, best combos, and also your weapons' weaknesses. Because you need to know, oh, well, if I use this really great combo, am I going to have a cooldown and be, like, destroyed and faint, you know? Because sometimes that happens. You know, you gotta recover from doing those amazing combos sometimes. Like me, I'll be stuck in a combo with dual blades sometimes that I can't get out of, and I just have to hope that I'm moving fast enough that I don't get one shot when I'm low on health. You know, you gotta know your strengths and weaknesses. So, with that lesson on Monster Hunter complete, we will see you guys in the next episode. And just remember, everything blue is awesome. Rika is signing out.
Bye-bye.